Ladies and gentlemen, we are live, and this is a rare podcast. You see, I decided to go unmasked today because a lot of people confuse professional wrestling with reality. And tonight, this is as real as it gets. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a gimmick. This is not some sort of thing Christian and me fabricated. This is a real life feud. This is real life heat. And Chris, if you could take it away, I want you to introduce this and why we're doing this tonight. This is a very special podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
The reason why we're doing this, and ladies and gentlemen, it's your favorite wrestler, Chris Conant. Um, we got a very unique situation going on here tonight. There's going to be a fight, and it's not going to be a fight like no other. This is going to be an unsanquished fight, and we're going to get more into the details. I want to welcome in first, and welcome to the podcast. That's Ron John,
Nice to meet you
and
guys. What's up?
our special guest tonight. He's got the Gorm and Mental Championship with him. That's Mr. Gormley. Gorm, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Good, thank you.
Well, it didn't seem like you were doing good. I mean, in your words, what happened? Where did the beef start at with you and Kyle? Let's get right to it.
It started on like the freaking ride down there. That's the worst part.
Gore,
What
if I could,
happened?
Gore,
What happened, Gorm? Good, Justin. Back to Justin. My fault.
if we could take you back for a second, this whole seemed to go downhill from a week beforehand because you wanted to go earlier. You wanted to catch a Hall of Fame, and you wanted to do all that other stuff. And apparently, he booked himself in a wedding of some sorts, and that appeared to cause conflict between you guys. If you could elaborate on that.
Well,
And
no,
before you do, Justin, they're asking for the link. Oh, you got it. All right, perfect. Cool. Go ahead, Gorm. What happened now, buddy?
no, I was fine with not going down until Saturday. Um, I knew he had a wedding, right? But the thing was, like, he wasn't in the wedding. Like, he didn't want to send a gift or whatnot. And I was kind of like seeing everybody leaving on Wednesday going down, and we're leaving Saturday to get there. And it was kind of like it was what he wanted to do, what he wanted to decide, and when to leave. And the thing was, he was only at the wedding for like 2 hours, and then he left.
So you guys didn't leave down until Saturday, and okay.
Yeah, we didn't leave till Saturday morning, around like 5:30.
And
All right.
was that because of him, or I mean, I know you wanted to get tickets for yourself and fly down yourself.
Real quick, before anybody else says anything, I totally understand where Kyle's coming from with the wedding. Because, I'm Ron John. I love weddings. There's bitches at weddings. So I totally understand where he's coming from with the wedding part. But continue. Just had to say that.
Well, Gorm, here's the thing, Gorm. This is one of your friends, Gorm. Like, what happened? What really kicked it off? NXT. Let me know. Did it happen at the show, before the show, after the show? What's the story behind it?
It actually happened when we were walking in. I said, how does this look? I'm pulling off 2 shirts. And his response was very cocky, and it was weird. And I was like, oh, damn, like, you're yelling at me as we're going through the security thing. So, like, we're being, like, patted down, going through the metal detectors. So then, and then next thing you know, like, I'm just getting yelled at. And it's funny because we were near like this area where like Matty Mill was and his friends, and then we were like the row in front of, like, I don't know if you know Mark Mansotti, I think his name is.
The pro wrestler,
Yeah, he's an indie wrestler.
Mark Angel, he's talking about, guys.
Him, he was in the same section, so I don't know if they kind of saw him yelling at me, but
Now,
yeah.
Now, Gorm, if you could answer me this, you guys went with another individual who's in the XPW locker room and the XPW roster. I believe his name is New Ink. Did he get yelled at as well, or was it just you? Do you think you were targeted in this trip?
He got yelled at when he came back from the access session because Kyle forced him to go to the 6 o'clock session because Kyle originally bought a Bray Wyatt ticket, and Isaiah didn't want to go, so Kyle didn't want his money wasted. So Isaiah was like 45 minutes late to NXT, and when Isaiah got there, Like 10 minutes later, he's like, "Shit, Kyle, hold my stuff." He runs out. He had to throw his backpack in the trash can, and Kyle's like, "Don't fucking tell me he threw his WrestleMania ticket out." And he's like cursing, yelling at me about Isaiah. I'm just like, I'm trying to enjoy like the tag team match, and he would not stop. So it wasn't just me getting it; it was Isaiah too.
So you guys feel you were both targeted because he just wanted to have his way and he couldn't get his way, correct?
Not that it was just like he was just panicking about the craziest things, and I was just like sitting back and just watching. I was like, really? If he loses his ticket, that's it. Not that's on him, not on me. Like, I mean, $200. Well, he didn't lose it, but then after that, they leave me there.
Do you
Now,
guys
did you
get Phillies?
at any point did you feel that you were getting double teamed?
Not at all. Isaiah was quiet the whole time. It was just like I was getting the most of it from Kyle, and I was just like saying, okay, like whatever, cool. And he was like just cursing. I was like, all right, like I knew what to expect. Like I knew what I was getting myself into with this whole situation.
And let me ask you a question. Since you know what you're getting yourself into, do you actually know what you got yourself into?
I did, and actually, I pretty much
Here's the thing.
didn't.
Can you beat Kyle?
Can Kyle beat me? That's the question.
Oh,
So so basically, I mean, he said a lot of things, and then you took it personally. You brought his mom into it. Let me know the mom situation. What happened with the mothers?
I love MILFs.
Okay. You know how that started, which was funny? It was when we had our first fight. And the way he wanted to get back at me was saying, "We're not going to Daytona Beach." So I was like pretty pissed off because, I wanted to go to the beach, see some hot titties, and like just
Oh yeah, that's right.
enjoy
I don't
the
know who I went to witness.
like, enjoy the beach. And he goes and texts his mom and is like bad mouthing me. And next thing you know, I'm getting a phone call from my mom saying, I'll just like his mom's like texting my mom about like the stupidest stuff, and I'm just like, well, this is in retaliation because I was ignoring him. So this was his little childish way of getting back at me.
so what exactly did your mom tell you?
She's like, "Is everything all right?" And she's like, "You guys are grown men. I don't know why you're fighting over stupid shit." Like, Isaiah brought $100 on this trip. Isaiah did not eat for 2 days. Kyle brought 200 in cash. I brought 600. You say you know how to plan a trip, like you know what I mean. That's
How did you guys
really
do with food down there then? How did that? Because usually, you know, you might can spend that usually in a day. So how did you guys do with food? I'm talking like you guys had to do access. You went to shows and you had to eat. How'd that work out?
me. I was fine. It was Isaiah. His sister had to buy him a Domino's pizza all the way from Jersey to our hotel room. But I mean, that's the thing. And Kyle almost ate the whole thing. Like, really? Like that was the kind of funny part. Like he had like 6 slices. I'm like, this kid didn't eat, and like 3 days and you're eating all his chicken pizza. Like what the fuck? He loves the chicken. He loves the chicken. Just ask Anthony.
Oh
So
man,
so let's
gotcha.
rewind a little bit. I got a question for you. Let's rewind a little bit, and Anthony can elaborate on this for me. You brought up the Raw, which I had no idea about. You guys went to a Raw show, and apparently you said he was falling asleep. Explain to me what happened in that situation.
The way that even Anthony can look at it, like the way when we were at the show, Anthony and I were like the only ones that were hype about it, and Kyle makes an excuse like he doesn't stand up because of his knee, but yet like he wasn't cheering. Like I was yelling, screaming at all four shows, and it was like he wasn't having a fun time at all. And I'm really starting to think, is he really a wrestling fan? You go to a convention just to meet what, three women and a midget guy, and I'm forking out all this money to meet like all these wrestlers who I grew up watching and then going to Access and meeting superstars while you just want to come out in an entrance and that you want to do that. But it was just like, I kind of wanted to do do my thing and he do his thing. But with the Raw, yeah, he even that day too. Anthony was there when Kyle spazzed out at us because his dad didn't know where to drop us off that day. It kind of like really hit me then that like Anthony was like, "Yeah, you're not gonna really enjoy Florida as much with him as if you were to go with somebody else."
And this is about Kyle, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Anthony,
So
Anthony, how was that trip? Hold on, before we get into it, Anthony, how was that
Mm-hmm.
trip? For the Raw show, was he really falling asleep? Do you think he was
I mean,
lacking in?
he did seem a little tired. Uh, I didn't see him like actually fall asleep to where he was like snoring or anything like that. But he did seem a little tired. You know, I mean, I can't really. I don't want to say anything personal because like I don't know what goes on in his life, so like I can't really
Yeah, yeah.
I, I don't want to judge. I don't know if he has like a sleeping problem or.
Yeah, I don't want to judge Kyle. You know what I mean? He probably had a hard
Right.
day at work. He probably had a hard day at work, and he went there, and
He
you
does.
know what I mean?
right.
Sometimes that happens to
He
me.
doesn't work. He doesn't work. He doesn't work. He doesn't work.
Well, in Kyle's defense, I will give it this. Then, if he doesn't work, uh, maybe that's why the money situation was what it was. But I understand a kid wants to go to WrestleMania. That's a different
He
thing. You know what I mean?
he had $3,000 to his name. You tell me that, and plus the money that I gave him.
How
And
much
what's
did you
up with
give?
this Uber situation and the ticket? Because this is what I heard about last night. I want you to address it on here. What happened last night? I was kind of in the middle of it, trying to like amends ends. But what happened far as this ticket now? He said you owe him $52. You said you put out $200 for an Uber. You say you guys are even. What's going on with that?
Um. So when we got, hold on, let me put my charger on. When we got to the airport, we're looking for a ride, right? And the shuttle was $100 some. So like, if you ever used Uber before, you you would How come you can't see my face? Um.
That might be a good thing.
Ooh. You know when you use Uber and it gets taken out of your card?
Yeah,
Right?
So I did it for Saturday and Sunday. So what happened was the Uber going to the hotel was 50, and then I paid for going to the convention center back and forth. So that was like 6 and another 6 and then another 6.
so
And then
that
I paid, so I would say about out of my own money just for Uber.
he paid about $150, which is a crazy amount. So I can see why Sean's getting a little upset about it. But Sean, what I want you to elaborate on is you brought up in the chat room that you got left in a ghetto. You got left in an impoverished area of what is it, Orlando, Florida. What exactly happened, and why were you left there?
Um, all right, hold on. All right, so we leave, and I'm like, you know what? They have to be responsible adults because I've stepped up and did the Uber myself. And Isaiah's even a Lyft driver, but like they didn't want to do shit. So I was like, all right, well, you plan the car ride. And next thing you know, Kyle's cursing at Isaiah, and I'm just like, whoa, like I can't deal with this, guys. I'm just gonna walk away. And that's what I did. I walked around the corner, and it was good because I met so many people. I met Albert, I met Gargano, I met Dawson, I met like all the NXT guys, and apparently they went looking for me, but I did not see them one bit. And wouldn't you think if you're at a arena that you would call that person or text them saying, "Where are you? Are you okay? We're going back to the hotel." No, I didn't get that.
Well,
I
maybe his phone was dead.
No, his phone was not that. He had his phone off the whole show, Anthony. He did not even take pictures. My phone was about to die because I was on 1%. And even if the my phone was about to die, I didn't get a text or call. Not nothing, and that's what really pissed me off. And supposedly his mom wanted us all to stick together, but that didn't happen. So yeah, I'm looking like I'm the bad guy here in this situation. But
Are you gonna tell the mom you
no,
didn't stick together and they lost you on purpose?
actually, she knows about it, and she was like, "Oh, like, oh, well," but yet, like, she's the one calling my mom saying, like, "Oh, we have to look after Kyle because he has autism." Like, that is like, I don't see it. He probably just has defiant disorder because he seemed fine the whole time. It was just him getting irritated and pushing and
And which we
spazzing.
all get. That doesn't mean everyone has autism or nothing like that. But do you think it's like a fake? They're just claiming he has it.
Well, even more to that, I got to get into a question that was actually asked in the chat yesterday. It was from Fredo Majors Sky. He asked the question, "Gorm, you fucking have autism. What do you want to say back to Sky?"
Well, that's the thing. Like, I tried sticking up for Kyle at that time because he is somebody who may have it, and I mean, like, I don't. But if Sky wants to run his mouth, I mean, that's perfectly fine.
So you're saying you don't have it, but Kyle does.
Well, that's what his mom claims, because that's what his mom told my mom because I had to look after him.
Oh, I got you. And do you have any
Because she,
questions?
No, I mean, I didn't know Kyle had that. I mean, if it's his mom saying it, I don't know
I,
how much of a lie it could possibly be. I don't know. I don't know why. I mean, that would be pretty messed up if for a mother to lie about that. So I can't really see that being a lie. I didn't know that about Kyle, and I known him for like 2 years now.
yeah, but
Sean,
listen,
I have a question. Did Kyle know? Did Kyle know about this? Did Kyle know his mother told you?
no, because the mom told my mom to keep to say anything about it, but now I'm bringing it to light because this is really like, okay, that's not something like you can say. And then he started screaming and yelling about like at me, like that's not autism. Like he seemed fine down there. Like I didn't need to be there every time to look after him.
well,
And
here's the thing, Gorm. Here's the thing, and before I ask the big question, I got to ask a serious question. Roman Reigns can deal with the heat. He can deal with it. He could take it. The heat you get may be a little bit more deeper than Roman Reigns' hate. Can you take it, or does that make you really depressed when you hear that shit?
to hear what that I'm like,
People just say this, they say this. Your name's always mentioned. How do you feel really inside?
I mean, if they're talking about me, my name's coming out of their mouth, so it brings the attention more to me, and nobody wants to talk about anybody else really, except I guess me and maybe a couple other people. But
Now, this fight that's going down, I'm going to ask you, Gorm. I'm going to ask Kyle tomorrow. Do you want this fight at the Dreamwave pay per view as Kyle taking the place of the New Ink Isaiah? Or do you want this fight to happen now? Do you want this fight to happen before that? Let me know your answer.
well, I want to fight Isaiah first because like he's like really wanting to um go up against me. So I mean, with Kyle, like yeah, sure, like if he wants to make a name for himself, I mean, I'll put him over.
So you're saying you're scared of Kyle right now? Well, basically what you're saying.
More not scared of him, more of what scared of what I'm gonna do to him.
Because your exact words, and I have it right here, are he can't catch me.
Yeah, because he can't run for shit. That's the thing. Like we were running after cars and stuff, and he cannot run.
And here's
Proves
the
in his
thing, Gorm. I got
way.
to bring this to your attention, Gorm. You're getting heat by everybody. You caused ruckus at Mysterious G's house. You caused ruckus at WrestleMania. You've been causing ruckus before that with Sky. Is this the type of guy that you really are?
No, like I mean, in person, you can see. Like I was drunk when I was with you guys, but at Mania, I didn't do nothing. I was just getting just yelled at because I wanted to stay longer. Like, and even Isaiah wanted to, but it was like Kyle wanted to leave. But it's like what Kyle wants to do.
Well, Kyle's taking this personal. I'm going to let you know that. And Kyle said when he sees you, he's going to fuck you up. What do you have to say about that?
That's funny. He probably won't even show up.
Oh, now, how do you?
Well,
I have a question for
well,
Anthony. What's your
mhm.
opinion on all this? You know both these guys longer than any one of us. What's your take on this, and what do you think? How do you think it's going to be
I,
resolved?
I mean, I'm really surprised at what's going on at the situation. I
Why
knew there
would
was
you
a
be
chance.
surprised? You were right the whole time, though. You knew this was going to happen. You knew
I knew there was a
What are you
chance
What are
that
you trying to say, Gorm? What did he know, Gorm?
Anthony knew what Kyle was capable of how he can just flip at this at the flip of a dime. And I told Anthony like he was right. Like I wasn't expecting that, but yet
it's not that I'm surprised that he flipped because I know he gets like that sometimes. I'm surprised at the fact of how bad it turned out, like the outcome. Like it's getting very personal and everything. I didn't expect
well,
it to get that bad. I
I
expected
kn-
it to be like maybe one small argument or
but
something like
the
that.
thing was he was away from his family for the first time, and it's like we're supposed to be enjoying this, like it's wrestling, but all you want to care about is wanting to leave and beat traffic. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't know what to say. Like, it's like we have to take a vote here, but I really don't think he was ready for it. I figured if we had a rental car and he had his like if like his parents were there to watch after him, we would be fine.
Now, here's my take on all this. And Ross, I know you're probably going to disagree with me, but the way I see it is you have Sean Gormley going to WrestleMania. This is the first WrestleMania he's ever been to.
Second,
Oh, is it? All right. Well, this is the second WrestleMania he's been to. You
same
know,
with Kyle.
he's very excited. He wants, you know what I mean? He's saving up all his money. This is his WrestleMania moment. And he goes over there and it's cut short because this guy wants to leave early. I mean, Sean's a big autograph collector. Oh, the sirens distracted me a little. Sean's a big
Got
autograph collector. He wants to go there, meet all the stars, take pictures, go to WrestleMania, have fun, and it's cut short because he has to babysit someone. That's the way I see it. And I mean, I look forward to fight. Kyle's a good guy. I love Kyle to death, but Sean's gonna go there and gets his revenge. You know, you ruined my trip. Now I'm gonna ruin your life. That's the way Sean's going into this, and that's the way I see it.
Well, can I tell you something? He didn't ruin it. I had a great time. And let me in on you something. When he was asking people back in like October to go to WrestleMania, he asked like 10 people and all of them said no. And I don't know why. But I found out from sources, I don't want to put people's names out, but back at WrestleMania 29, he paid a $250 ticket for this guy to go with him, like go, and like he's not even friends with the guy anymore, like just to go to WrestleMania. And I heard stories from that WrestleMania too. So when I was there, I was like, I'm enjoying myself. I'm with the crowd. I'm interacting with everybody else. And if you don't want to have a good time, that's fine. Just sit there because I'm having a good time. And what did I want to touch on?
Well, here's
Um,
what I want to touch on before you touch on it. I have this right in my hand. This is from yesterday, last night, when I was going back and forth with you guys. Um, Kyle said, "Tell that motherfucker to stop. He has no friends now as it is. I'm close to hopping in the car, going to his house, and forcing money out his fucking pocket."
Damn.
oh, he doesn't have a job. He's looking for money. That's what he needs. He needs money to go to the strip clubs and party and go to signings. He spends 60 fucking dollars on Comic Con. Are you kidding me? You don't have a job and like what? You have $3,000 to your name? I'm pretty sure all that money from all your little unemployment checks went down the drain.
Well,
Now
here's
I
the
got.
thing. Go, Jeff.
Here's the thing. Kyle's a big dude. I mean, if Kyle came to my house and knocked on my door, I wouldn't know what to do. Sean, what would you do if he came over there and knocked on your door?
I mean, I lived with him for 5 days, so you don't know what he's like when you live with him.
How is he like?
I'm not even going to touch on that
No,
I mean, you
no,
might
because
as
this
well.
is
Yeah, everything comes out in this podcast, Sean.
Yeah, let it out.
because
Let
he's
me
gonna, he's gonna be on
put
here
your
tomorrow.
camera on too, Gorm.
I'm
Gorm, he's
trying
gonna be
to. I'm trying
he's
to.
gonna be on here tomorrow, and I'm sure he's gonna let loose.
Oh, there you
You
go.
put,
Here, hold on.
He's got to bring
Let
up
me
the
turn
pink
it on.
thongs and all. So I mean,
oh man,
Who is? Who? Who are you talking about?
I'm just saying he's going to let loose. He's going to let a lot of secrets loose. So I mean, we want to know. The crowd wants to know what's going on with him.
I'm letting secrets loose.
How was it living with Kyle for 5 days?
Well, they slept until 4:30 Monday Night Raw. They left me at breakfast. They left me to go to the pool without me. So yeah, that's kind of the friends I have. Yeah.
well, Gorm. Here's the thing, Gorm. You're in for it with a lot of the locker room. A lot of the locker room is after you, and Kyle's definitely one of them that's into you. Just, I have some other questions for Gorm, not regarding this situation. Does anybody want to close up with a couple questions regarding this situation before I get into the other ones?
With this situation, I just want to see what happens, what transpires. As I said, I see Sean's point, and I see where he's coming from. Kyle's a good guy. I mean, maybe there was some miscommunication.
Hold up on that thought. You say he's a good guy. You see the Kyle through Facebook. You don't see the Kyle that you're with. Like me and Anthony been with this guy a lot of like once or twice. And like even Anthony had problems with Kyle with but in asking stupid questions to me. And like when Anthony was my boy at the time, I went and told him because like I feel like you cannot talk about that shit, Kyle. Like no, like that's a big no. So when you meet him, I mean, you met him at the mall. He seemed fine, but he said some stuff about you, and like, I mean, I don't want to.
What did he say?
I can tell you, I can tell you at a later time, Justin, because I don't. I feel like now's not really the time.
Well, was
Because
it personal?
I don't want to
Was it
make.
a person?
I
If it's
don't want.
personal, then sure. But if it's, as
Well,
long as it don't involve family or girlfriend, I guess.
Nah, nothing like that.
All right.
You could say it, man. I mean, everything comes out here. I mean,
Well, you know Anthony with the whole girlfriend situation. Like I told you what he said. Like
what did he say?
he.
I don't, I don't know what he said about Justin's girlfriend.
No, not Justin. Anthony's.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
no, I'm talking about Justin, man.
I was just saying like Justin's acting weird, and I said I don't think he is. Like when we were at the signing that one day, I was like, you don't even know Justin. You can't really like. He thought like you guys were trying to ditch us like at Subway, and I said, oh, I don't know. Like let's just get in line and not worry about that.
so before we end the topic, I want to get into the $20. How was it lost, and what's the story behind it?
Okay, so he gave me $20 Mania morning coming back. We got back to the hotel. Money on the bed. I went into the bathroom to get a shower. I came back. It was still there. And then next thing you know, our Uber driver was there. And I remember taking my ticket out of the envelope. And when I did, the money was still there. But when we left, I was the last one out the door. And I owed Maddie Mill like $13 for the tailgate. So when I went into my pockets, I'm like, shit, I don't have money. So I had to pay him through PayPal. Like that's like I had no cash on me. Like the 20 was gonna be the cash. So we get back and it's like 1 o'clock, and I'm looking through all my luggage. I'm looking through the bed, and I'm just like, right there that went missing. And I just said, hey guys, like I had a $20 on the bed. Like where was it? And like Isaiah swore, and I could trust Isaiah, but like when I asked Kyle, he wasn't like making direct eye contact with me. He was like looking off to the side, and I could tell something was up. I was like, just tell me the honest truth. Like if you did, you did, and like that it is what it is. But that's $20 in cash that I could have used towards.
That's funny you bring that up because as an experienced investigator, you know that when people can't look at you in the eye, when they look to the left, that means that they're lying. That's proven, that's scientifically proven, and you made a good point right there. Great observation with that, Sean. But do you think in your heart that he took the $20?
You mean it's done and over with? And if he wants to bitch and complain about the 52, if he wants to airport, like we were all supposed to get a ride home together, and he just was like, "You got to find your own ride home." And I was like, "All right, whatever. I'll take the train. I'm done and over with you. Like goodbye."
Wow,
And then
really?
so I was gonna wait till like the middle of May and say, "Hey, listen, like I don't want to go to Extreme Rules with you. I'll give you your money back. I don't want to argue 2.5 hours coming home if I'm driving and you not have a good time, like, and enjoy himself." Because he does. He's not like we saw pay-per-views at his house, and he just doesn't get into it. Like, so I don't know. So with the $20 incident, it's done and over with. If he took it, he took it. Good for him. But I hope he gets a job soon, really, because he was saying like he didn't want to get a job before the show because of taking time off, and then
Well,
he
here's the
kind of
thing. In
seems to.
Kyle's defense, I wish him the best. All right, and maybe it was a miscommunication. Maybe he might have spent it. It happens. It happens. A little something little.
I didn't spend it. I was not drunk. I left it on the bed, and when I came back, it was not there
Well,
at like 10:30 in the morning, and this was like 1:30 when we left. So it was a 3 hour time difference.
well. Here's what I got to say about that. It's water under the bridge now. But what's not water
Mm-hmm.
under the bridge is we have a big show coming up. It's called Dreamwave, and I want your critique on every match. I'm going to start off with Milquetoast and Joe Cool. What's your personal opinion on both of them, and what do you think is going to happen in the match?
Well, you kind of, I kind of know what's gonna. Well, can I say it on camera or?
What's your expectations on what you think would happen? Not what you know or might have heard of, but not no rumors, not no spoilers, but in your own head, what do you think should happen?
I really think Joe Cool should win.
And why do you say that? You like Joe Cool better? You think he has a better gimmick, better character? What do you think?
We'll reveal that at a later date. We will. And Joe Cool. I could take that guy to the next level.
So you're saying you would be willing to work with Joe Cool in the future? That's why you want to see him do good. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Um, another match that's on the card. What do you think is going to happen with King Carson versus Joey Morte in the first round of the Iron Man tournament match? What's your predictions on that?
I have to go with Morte. He's my man. I mean, I can't say anything but good things about that dude. I don't know Carson, but I mean, Morte works good. Like in that Fatal 4-Way match, I did some good spots on him, so I kind of want to see him do good.
Okay.
So you know,
I'm reading the current website right now that we have up, and there's rumors on there of the Beast may show up, and also DV1. What do you think about them two guys?
I think DV1's really like somebody you can like learn from like the extreme of this company. Um, just looking at his ear getting cut off is kind of like wow, like dude went through like hell and like kind of like paved the way. Like I don't even know the guy. Be like goosebumps like watching that film back. And who else you said?
The Beast.
The
You seen the
Beast.
hype video? He's coming. Just don't know. We don't know when. We don't know when he's going to show up, when he's going to pop up. But if he shows up at Dreamwave, what's your predictions on the Beast?
I hope he takes out like a good guy and just like like makes a statement and says like this is my art, I'm back now, like take out somebody.
Now,
So
Gorm,
I
a lot
got
of
to
people
ask.
are talking. A lot of people are talking and saying you're going to retire Mysterious G, and what I mean. It's like going to be like Old Yeller. Sometimes they got to take him out the yard and shoot him, take him out of his misery. Tell us what your game plan is.
I mean, I don't want to end somebody's career because like he had like a legacy in this business, and I don't think I'm
As long as
really
you're with me,
somebody.
buddy, we're going to end his career. Put it that way. As long as you're with
But
me, he's not making it to the main event.
yeah, but he's somebody who's main event worthy. He took me under his wing to help me train. Like no one else did that. Like I mean, what can I say about this dude? Like
But
I
if he
can't.
gets to the main event and he possibly could win the world title, then you might be forgotten. You lost in that match. Who's going to care about Gorm if he loses in that match? Who's going to care? Nobody's going to say your name in the chat. They're going to be Mysterious G, Mysterious G, Mysterious G. Nobody's going to care about Gorm no more.
Yeah, but like, listen, when there's other titles that are in this company, that's an opportunity for me to grab that brass ring and bring, um, like a good name for it, you know?
And here's the thing about the brass ring you say you want to grab, Gorm. You have
Yeah.
it. It's there. You have all the tools. You just have to put it together. A win over Mysterious G solidifies your career, solidifies you, would definitely be in the title picture at that point. I have to agree with that. You don't think that would elevate you to the world title? If you're not in this business to be the world champion, nobody should be in it, especially as a competitor. As a competitor, you want to be number one. You just say
Yeah,
Mysterious G.
but what if I don't beat him? I'm probably gonna still make my way up to the.
I don't know. Everybody's grasping for that brass ring. Everybody's coming to the same guy asking what's going on. Everybody's building up their characters, building up their career for him. I just don't know. It's going to be a big match, and I think you should put him out of his misery. I mean, he's been doing this for 14 years now. Don't you think he should retire?
Well, I mean, if I have to do what I got to do to win, but I'm not gonna cheat because I don't know. I don't feel like that's really in me to cheat, but who the fuck am I kidding? You know what? I'll end this career.
Thank you, Gordon.
Thank you, Gorm. I think Anthony has a question for Gorm.
Yeah, I wanted to know your opinion on the franchise player, Chris Sniper.
Oh,
Oh,
That's a good. I mean, let me think of how I'm gonna word this because
well, from a personal standpoint, what do you think of him? Before a wrestling standpoint.
wrestling, like, do you think he would have good moves in his arsenal? But it's just like maybe two or three.
So you're saying
I
he's like a
mean,
Goldberg character, right? He's saying if you could keep him in long enough, the longer the match goes, it favors his opponent, is what you're trying to say, right?
yeah.
So you're saying basically he's not a good wrestler and he only has two moves, right?
Well, not that he's a good wrestler. I want to see him cut more promos as a champion and kind of like give more heat to me in a way, or give heat to somebody who's really in the ranks and be like more noticeable.
So you're saying
And
he doesn't put no talent over, is what you're trying to say, right?
needs to like cut more promos and maybe like have his like the sniper show or whatever podcast or something like he needs to make a better name. He needs to make a better name for himself. I don't know how he's gonna do that, you know? Like
Gorm,
So
what do
you're
you think?
basically saying his character is a weak character, in your opinion, Gordon.
I would say it's like a decent one, but it is what it is. Like if he doesn't want to put the effort and just wants to hide behind a mask and doesn't want to cut promos or that's what he is.
Do you
Well,
think
strong words from Mike Octane. He said, Gorm, you are so steel. What do you have to say about that?
Steel?
Yeah, like you're
stale?
boring. He said you're boring. You're not ratings. You're corny. You bring nothing to the table. When they don't know why you're here. So what do you have to say about that?
Has he not been in the group chat or
He's probably on a flip phone. That's why he's saying that.
uh,
So I guess we'll get into it. What's going on with Mike Octane or the unknown? What do you think about their characters? And you think they're still?
Gorm?
Well, they're the same person, right?
Yeah, but what do you think about the characters of the person?
Okay, Raw's on, so I'm gonna be watching. So
One last question before we lose you, Gorm. I want your in your words. What do you think of Sniper, the world champion, as a world champion?
it's like having freaking James Ellsworth as champion.
Oh shit!
Yeah, Gorm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fucking wild, dude. James Ellsworth. And on that note, guys, we can end on that note because Raw is on.
Well, you can get him.
And
You know
officially,
what? Get him a side bitch. That would be better. You know,
get him what?
a side bitch like Carmella.
Yo. And on that note, we're gonna end this podcast, guys. Raw is live. Gorm was live for the pregame before Monday Night Raw. And thanks for being here, Gorm. You were a pleasure, Gorm.
No problem.
We will put the spoilers on what happened in the chat. That we'll go in there now, guys. Get to your phones. I'm your favorite wrestler's favorite wrestler. I'm shooting this over to Sick Mexican in case he has another question, guys.
All right, guys, before we end the show, I want to say tomorrow we're going to have Strong's opponent, Kyle, live and on the air tomorrow night. Tomorrow night around the same time, tune in. We're going to have Kyle. He's going to tell us his side of the story, and he's going to tell us why you need to ignore this guy right here. Gorm.
He'll be in bed. Like, what? Who the fuck are you kidding?
Hey, do you have any last things to say? Any last questions?
I'm just really looking forward to see what goes down tomorrow night, what Kyle has to say. Tonight was very interesting to hear Sean's side of the story.
I'm gonna be there, right, to witness this, right, tomorrow.
Well, yeah, you can watch it live.
Yeah, we can have a face off. Like we could.
We'll have a face off Friday. Any last questions, Ant?
No, that's it.
Gorm, anything?
Here comes the Miz.
Gorm, anything you got to say before we sign off?
Goodbye, Gorm.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm watching Miz and Maurice.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for tuning in. This is a hot podcast. Have a good one.
See you guys.
There's